I just like to talk about the game. I don't want to balance the game.
I have a suggestion for Lifestealer X. Since we have some time here, we might as well. You know, it's late at night somewhere. Maybe there's a Valve employee like, you know what, I want this to be a thing. How about being able to use items while you're inside? So if you have that nullifier, which is an item on Lifestealer in the late game, you cast it while you're inside them, so they can't ghost step it. They get annoyed.
Love it.
Thank you. That's still just a micro buff to the grand scheme of things, getting Ags on Lifestealer.
What if, and then if a hero dies while under the influence of Lifestealer Infest, the game pauses. You do a quick cinematic of him popping out of the chest of his victim, and then the game would continue.
I mean, Valve loves loot crates, so that just makes perfect sense to me. It's like opening a chest, except you get a disgusting ghoul that comes out. Absolutely.
Okay, not the kind of chest I was referencing.
Carl is...
Okay. All right.
Carl is farming the crap out of this triangle. And we talked about how this has become a little bit less effective. It just requires a lot more, as he's going to pick pull himself. Requires a lot more sticky napalms these days, but
still works it though. It takes a little bit longer, but effective. Oh, Cookie, a little out of range. That's
nice try.
It's the nerf coming into play.
Yeah. But you haven't, I don't think you've talked about which lineup you actually prefer. Have you?
Kind of depends. Like I like Alliance's concept better. I think Mag would have been better suited to a core role this game, or rather like a farm priority. But it's going to come down to how does Carl play. He's really going to need to pace make.
Radiant's
weapon hand skin now. Smoked up, looking for a potential member. They're going to run into Cuckoo. Gets off a solo RP, but the Searing Chain will hold him in place. Illuminate to follow. Skewers back into the tier 1 tower. Limpet looks like he's just going to finish off Cuckoo with ease. Wasted. We have a lasso on the other side. Looks like S4 is going to take a tumble. So a 1-for-1 for each respective position 3.
Yeah, with S4, love him. He's going to have a very hard game. Like this is just rough. T1 fans, they're going to have to be looking at 23 Savage. Like this kid is probably one of the best players in the world right now, but it's a tough ask for him. He has to play flawlessly. The Medusa performance, not bad, but certainly not perfect. He can't get away making the mistakes like he did in the previous game. He's got to end the game with like 1 death maximum. You can already see Sven, Nico Baby, coming out to a nice network lead, and that's before he takes the Ancient stack. It's just why Sven, in some cases, is favored against Lifestealer, because you get these item progressions going a lot faster, whereas Lifestealer, in theory, has a much better laning phase, especially against a melee strength hero. This would be big if Carl could steal it, but he'll know.
Absolutely. I mean, you do have Empower, so there is some capability. I'm not sure how many stacks are actually available for him to take, but there's a little bit of wiggle room there.
Radiant structures are
looks like he's about to finish his armlet at the very least. And Carl, yeah, you're right, going for this Ancient stack. Nico Baby, they know Limp is in the vicinity. Actually, this is the Searing Chains. FNG. The fake pole actually worked. Wow. Look at that move speed. Then Flame Break. You can see Mortimer's kisses. It's not going to be enough for him to save his life, but we'll just assume he sold some of those creeps. You got a lot of damage on them.
He didn't get many of them, unfortunately.
Okay, unfortunately.
Like, I love the hero-specific chat wheeling. I think that's the mark, because I've been playing a lot of Dota. I don't have the mental capacity at the moment to utilize proper hero-based chat wheels while playing. Like, I just can't. I'm too focused on what I'm doing. So, then you get to the 5-head players, like the Thompsons and the Carls of the world, and they're ready. Like, they already saw the play, so they know now how to flame or
right. That's a whole meta. Oh my god, that Laguna Blade did absolutely nothing to the lip. As FNG gets off the cookie, but getting burned down very slowly by Carl. And Zephyr takes credit for that with the Dragon Slave.
They do get tower though, and that Flame Guard was just it got the Laguna. Like, it was like a 1-for-1 trade. You take that.
Quite a trade. Big pull again, man. Carl is using the crap out of this thing. That's awesome to see. He gets the last RP to follow. Good layering of stuns. Is there enough damage? Yes. Cuckoo takes it, and that is a big kill. Speaking of big kills, Brightfield somehow died, but look at this Chain Frost. Whitemon. He got a lot of XP from killing that Coddle earlier.
How did that happen?
I actually don't know.
What?
That's a lot of damage to Lifestealer, though.
It looks like, just stunned into a blast. They must have seen him.
You said he can't die more than once. Well, that's his once.
Yeah. That one hurts because that was to Nico, baby. Well,
Radiant's top
Hanskin
tower is
got
under
the last
attack.
hit, but still.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Sven
attack.
didn't even use his ultimate for that.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the net worth. Obviously, Sven's going to have an advantage just having that inherent cleave like you're talking about, but this is a little bit larger than you're expecting, maybe.
And the thing is, I will say T1, like, this is going to be an interesting game where Alliance are going to get a power spike, 20 to 25 minutes. Their Sven will be an item ahead. They'll feel good. But later on in the game, T1 have two tools at dealing with Sven's BKB, the RP and the lasso.
Dire's
Alliance,
top
you don't
tower
have
is
that.
under
Like,
attack.
Lifestealer is going to have a pretty free game no matter what, which is why I'm placing so much emphasis on 23 Savage. Because if he gets to a point where he's top of the net worth chart, you're going to feel really good as T1 because he's just going to be unstoppable. And power to boot.
Yeah, taking advantage of that Empower now, so starting to ramp up his farm just a bit. And as expected, will be going to the SNY into Satanic. And let's see, Satanic this game. I mean, the Dispel is really good against Coddle. It's good against the Searing Chains as well. So that's going to be good value Satanic.
That's
Yeah, a lot of neutrals for Mr. Sven. That's where he lives.
Dire's
That's part of his
middle
lore
tower
now.
is under attack.
Oh, he is a rogue knight, so it would make sense he's traversing through the forest alone.
Yep, true.
Have you seen the Green Knight? I haven't, but I've been
No,
very good.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I've not seen it yet. I chose to watch Old instead.
Yeah. I'm
M. Night Shyamalan always disappoints.
what? Since '96, man.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
it's every movie. Terrible.
He's like an airplane movie director. It's like watching movies on
It's like,
planes.
I guess I'll watch.
It's like going to the fridge when you're
Yeah.
hungry, and like as you check back every 30 minutes, and your standards just get lower, and eventually you pick something.
It's true. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Cuckoo skewers out, but the Searing Chains does connect Limp. Gets it up finally, but there's the initiation from Bat Riders. Through the Mars Arena you go. Elitate's not going to connect. A nice slight of fit, but it's not going to be enough. The burst damage is there anyway, so it's going to be a 1-for-1. Limp ends up getting Cuckoo. There's another pick pull. Man, he loves this thing.
I would say something interrupted the cookie from the Snapfire, or was it the skewer from the Mag? Weird interaction,
Could
but
have been. Yeah.
23 not
Dire's
even
top
there, just
tower is
shoving
under
lane.
attack.
I mean, they have a lot to go through Mars Arena. Bat Riders Firefly still goes over, right? Or they fixed that? I think it's because it's the Z axis or whatever the hell that
No,
is.
it should fly over it. Yeah,
Yeah, it should.
I think.
So that's one. Then you have Rage to go
Dire's
through it as
top
well.
tower is under
And
attack.
Skewer, I think.
Radiant
Skewer
are
doesn't-
You sure?
scanning.
Once you get
Radiant's
TKB,
bottom
Skewer will
tower
come
is under
through.
attack. Dire's top
I'm actually
tower
not sure about
is
that one.
Watch, like the cookie. What interrupted
yeah.
the cookie?
Yeah, that was weird.
It's flame break. Okay.
Pig pull? Look at that. He dodged one glob because of pig pull. Good usage. All right. That is great to see. Mr. Carl, definitely a pig pull aficionado. Can definitely respect that.
God.
Nobody else is doing this.
Get me
It's
out.
Genie. Look at him. He's enjoying himself thoroughly.
It makes him move faster, and he was going back to base.
I know. No, nobody's been doing that, though. They're very lazy. They use it as a 6-stat item. Really paving the way for all pick pull users out there. Which is not you, of course. Cuckoo as the Frost Shield applied S4 gets the spear into the arena, but 23 Savage with that rage comes through, trying to take out S4, and with that flame break will be an easy cleanup crew. Actually dies in pig form. Doesn't count as a real death, by the way. I'm saying that. Yeah.
So incredible. What plays for the Lions to outthink the pig pull?
I don't know if there's a stat, but at the end of the game, can we get a pig pull stat usage? How many times?
Dire's top
There's
tower is
technology
under
probably
attack.
doesn't exist, honestly.
Radiant's
That would be
middle
great, though.
tower is under
They
attack.
are not going to bring their Sven. I thought
Radiant
they might do so
structures
since
are
the
fortified.
ulti-form was
Dire's
popped. And
structures
yes,
are
thank you to the
fortified.
observer. Please stop enabling
Radiant's bottom
Sunsfang. We're
tower
trying
is
to
under
get them
attack.
over this.
Thank you, production. We appreciate that. So the tier 2 tower is what they're going to be focusing on from now. It's 23 Savage in the mid lane, initiated on by Nico Baby. No, spear not in time for S4. Pretty difficult kill to get at this stage of the
Radiant's
game.
bottom tower is under attack.
Impossible. And, that's going to be the name of this game, right? Alliance, your Sven is out carrying, but 23 Savage just feels really good, just really good playing this game. He's going to be empowered. He also got Broom Handle, I think, by far the
Outstanding.
best item on these melee strength carries.
Yep, quite good.
Super value. Meanwhile, Sven had the chip vest.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
It's not
I
good.
mean, he's in the jungle the whole time. At least he's making use of it.
True.
Yeah, could have been better for sure.
Roche is going to probably look to be the next play for both these teams, or at least controlling the area. Bat Rider, big advantage. pretty much anybody he catches is likely dead. So T1, they're going to utilize this initiation edge because they also do have a blink on mag. But Alliance's team fight theoretically should be a bit stronger, especially if they get a big arena down. You have a blink on S4.
Link jumps in. Laguna Blade again, but he knew he was dead, just wanted to get it off cooldown. So Zephyr takes a tumble again. So 4K network lead now for Alliance. And Aghanim Scepter
Radiant's
online.
middle
Will-O-Wisp,
tower
the
is under
Ignis
attack.
Fatus with the Mars. Pretty disgusting combo. Of course, Lifesteal won't really care too much about that. And Carl just gets decimated by Nico.
Really nice. I like the decision to get the Sange for the status resist, but then the early blink because they did lack a little bit of follow-up, and you want to be able to just go with all your cores.
So at what point do you think a casual Sage will not be that good? Because it went from
Radiant's
16 to
bottom
12%
tower is under
It
status.
doesn't matter. It's still status resist, right? Like,
If it gets
You
1%
can't get it.
status resist, you're going to get it. There's a limit. There's a limit out there.
10% or more.
Ice Frog's looking for it. And Illuminate just completely taking out that wave as the Blade is picked up. That's a nice one.
The other thing is that the upgraded version is still the same, right?
Hmm.
So, Ember, you're going to go Sange Kaya. Sven, you're going to go Sange and Yasha, and you're going to feel really good. So there's just really no reason not to. The question is, will people stop going the Sange first? But I think the HP nowadays, and it's such a burst-heavy meta, is just too valuable.
Arena from Asmore. Keeps Alina off the map. Now the RP is followed, but he can be activated now. Onto Nico, baby. He's going hand to 22 7. He's not really taking too much damage. Now he's stuck inside the Ignis Fatus. Nobody with Infest 2. Looks like he's just going to get right-clicked down the old-fashioned way by Nico, baby. 4 for 1. Amazing initiation from S4, despite him dying.
Yep. S5 had a huge play. Carl just wasn't really good. I think he was slow to respawn or at least enter the fight. Didn't even get the lasso off. And
Radiant's middle
yeah,
tower is
T1,
under
I
attack.
love their pickoff
Radiant's middle
potential.
tower
And sure,
has fallen.
Lifestealer isn't really killable, but notice he was saved for last. That was just a fight you can't win. Once the arena goes down, we're going to watch the replay. They just walk forward and get slaughtered. Like 3-man stun from Nico, baby. He also has the BKB, so Savage can infest, but like it just doesn't matter. Do they even get RP off? I don't think so.
Looks like RP's on cooldown.
So yes, they did. Good call, Suns fan.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to get Flame broken here. But yeah, this is just snowballing in Alliance's favor. And in terms of Roche, I mean, they have the little shredder for a little bit of minus armor.